So you want to become a police officer. For us, there are 9 physical steps that you need to take, 17 in total, but some that we're going to do behind the scenes in order for you to transition into wearing this very uniform. Today we're going to talk about those steps and what that process will be like. You might ask yourself why we have so many steps to become a police officer. You're asking us to hand you a badge and a gun. We want to make sure that we're doing all of that in the right order and that we only pick people that are truly qualified for the position. CALIA, or the Commission for Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. We have been CALIA accredited for well over 20 years. What does that mean? When you're looking at what agency would you like to join, you'd like to hold yourself to a higher standard, or join an agency that's going to make sure that the standards that you are taught and held to stand up in court. For us, we are CALIA accredited. We are one of less than 1,000 out of those 18,000 law enforcement organizations spread out across the U.S. To begin the application process, navigate to mariettag.gov, hover over How Do I, and go down to Employment Opportunities. It looks slightly different on your cell phone, but the steps are the same. From Employment Opportunities, you can now see the comparison of how much lower our actual benefits cost us for medical and dental. We do have a full pension. There are lots of different pieces of information available to you here. If you'd like to see some videos and more information about our department, you can click the link. Current openings, if you click View Details under 2025 Police Officer, you can see the starting salary as well as information about market rate. Market rate is for lateral or pre-certified or post-certified officers that are coming to us that already have experience. We would need the information from those individuals regarding how much military, if any, how much physical education, if they have any college degrees, and how much experience, including any specialized training such as an instructor certification. We would plug all of that in and compare you to someone that's already here to come up with what that starting rate would be for that lateral officer. Once you start entering all of your information into the application, again, this is a very broad, basic, simple application. Check that you are a human, submit the information. That will send your application to our background team. Your initial online application is limited to very broad questions. Once we've reviewed that information, we'll send you a background questionnaire, or what we refer to as just simply a BQ. That BQ is roughly 45 pages long and asks very detailed information. Why do we need to know that? Again, you're asking us to issue you a badge and a gun. We need to make sure that we have vetted you and that only the people that are truly qualified and should be in that position are issued that level of authority. Fill out the information in its entirety, send that back to our investigative team, and they will begin doing a quick check to see if there are disqualifiers, as well as a detailed check of your background to ensure that you are qualified to become a police officer with the Marietta Police Department. Provided there are no automatic disqualifiers identified, we will begin your background investigation and invite you to our next physical agility test. If you go to YouTube and type in Marietta Police Department Physical Agility Test, you're going to see 2 separate videos. This one that shows you some of the specifics of the course with the individual running around it. It is roughly 2/3 the size of a basketball court. You start with 1 lap around the outside, then you enter the course, go over, up and down the stairs. Over an obstacle, under an obstacle, back around, simulated 6-foot jump, zigzag back to a fence, over the fence, through a window, a dummy drag. All of that needs to be completed with 1 last lap around the course within 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Applicants that successfully complete the physical agility test will be invited to an oral interview board. The oral interview board is something that you can Google to learn more about. Every agency does a version of it. For us, that board consists of 5 different members: a major, a lieutenant, a sergeant, and at least 2 officers. That board will ask you a series of questions, and that odd number is there specifically so that there can never be a tie. They will either recommend that you continue through the process or not be selected to continue through the process. Applicants that successfully complete the oral interview board will then be invited to do an interview with our Chief of Police. The interview with the Chief of Police takes place in their personal office. It's a chance for the Chief to explain their vision of the agency and what the community needs, as well as ask you specific questions about your goals and your desires moving forward, entering into this new career. Applicants that successfully complete the oral interview board and Chief's interview will be scheduled to take a psychological evaluation through a third party, Stone, McElroy and Associates. We will send you a hyperlink to begin that process. You will have 2 different appointments that you need to schedule. All of this is done online. Your first interview with them will be in a group setting where you will log in, be visible on camera to the interviewer, and successfully finish answering numerous questions. The process could take as long as a few hours. Once you finish that process, you'll schedule a one-on-one online web interview with the psychologist. That psychologist will use all of those initial questions as well as your background in order to ask pertinent questions and determine if they would recommend you be considered for this new career path. By signing the waiver, you are acknowledging that these results are not visible to us or to you, that we will receive the information from the third party in the form of recommended or not recommended. Applicants that successfully pass the psychological evaluation and are recommended will be scheduled for a polygraph examination. That polygraph examination can be done either here within our police headquarters or scheduled for an off-site facility. You will sit with an examiner who will ask you a series of questions. Be truthful, answer the questions honestly, and you'll have no problem. Candidates that successfully complete the polygraph will be scheduled for a medical evaluation. The medical evaluation is partly a drug screen as well as a fitness for duty examination. You'll meet with a doctor at Concentra at any one of the Concentra prompt care clinics in the metro area. We will have already sent the invitation, so all of the billing will be sent directly to our city. There is no out-of-pocket cost. Depending on when you arrive, that visit can take anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours. The biggest factor being how many people are in the lobby when you arrive. One of the very last steps in the process with our team will be for you to come in and have your ID made. From that point, we're going to coordinate with Human Resources. We'll schedule your actual onboarding date, and you'll meet with our HR team.
Hi, welcome to the city of Marietta. We're really glad you're here.
Thank you for watching our video. If you have any questions, please email our recruiting team at joinmariettapd@mariettagA.gov or visit our website for more information.